Did you know that there's different components when we think about tinnitus treatment? I'm Dr. Tricia with Treble Health, and today we're going to be talking about tinnitus treatments that work. If you want to know more about the latest tinnitus tips and management, download our 2025 Tinnitus Guide. First, we have the sound component. Second, we have the cognitive component. And then last but certainly not least, we have the mindfulness or holistic component. So let's go into my office and talk some more so I can explain to you how all of these work together. So let's go ahead and talk about the three components of the treatments of tinnitus. The first component is the sound component for auditory relief. This can be something that is sound that is in your everyday environment, your radio or your television. It may be something as simple as a box fan that you already have in your house, something that produces a type of noise to help distract from your tinnitus. The sound component may also be a prescription type of sound, such as your hearing aid if you have hearing loss and you're fit with prescription hearing aids. It can also be from a sound generator that's delivering sound therapy to your ears. A sound generator may produce sound like white noise, pink noise, or chimes, which are commonly referred to as fractal tones. When we add that component of the sound component and you're less aware of your tinnitus, not only does it help to bring down your attention to your tinnitus, but it may also help to reduce your disturbance or even your stress related to the tinnitus. If I was to take a candle and light a candle and place it on the table in front of you and I was to turn the lights off, you and I are going to be very focused on that candle. It's the most interesting thing in the room and what our eyes and what our brain is drawn to. Now, when we turn the lights on, and if I was to fill the table with a feast, let's say it's Thanksgiving or a holiday meal, that candle would still be burning on the table, the same brightness. Nothing has changed about that candle, but you would be less inclined to be so focused on that candle because there's so many other things for your eyes visually to be able to look at. Well, the same goes for tinnitus, that your brain is hearing your tinnitus, and then when we give your brain a neutral or pleasing sound to listen to, your brain can be less aware of hearing your tinnitus, even if the tinnitus is there at the same exact level and if nothing's changed from your tinnitus. The sound therapy is also very important because it can help to promote what's called habituation. Habituation is our brain getting used to our tinnitus. Now, that does not necessarily mean that we're eliminating the tinnitus or making it go completely away. That would be fantastic. It is a way of retraining the brain to be less aware of the tinnitus, so it's less impactful and less disturbing to your quality of life. We are also helping our brain reclassify what it perceives the tinnitus sound to be. Is that when you hear a sound like a fan or an air conditioner, this sound is a neutral sound. It's non-threatening, you're not bothered by it. The sound component is also extremely important because it helps our brain to reclassify the perception of tinnitus. What I mean by that is we can hear sounds all of the time, and those sounds can be pleasant sounds for us, they can be neutral sounds, or they can be negative or threatening sounds. When you're perceiving your tinnitus, and if you're bothered by your tinnitus, our brain is perceiving it as a threatening sound. Now, it is true that some people have tinnitus and they're not bothered by it, so their brain is considering the tinnitus a neutral sound. When we give our brain a soothing, relaxing, or neutral sound delivered through sound therapy, such as a sound generator that we can wear on the ears, what happens is we are giving our brain a pleasant or neutral stimulus that it is non-threatened by. At the same time, you're also hearing your tinnitus in the brain or in your ears. Over time, your brain will learn that you're having a neutral sound or even a pleasant sound with this threatening sound. Your brain will reclassify that threatening sound of the tinnitus to be a neutral sound. The second component when it comes to tinnitus treatment is the cognitive component. Tinnitus can often be scary and cause a lot of stress, anxiety, or depression that certainly should not be overlooked. We really want to make sure that we are also dealing with the emotional needs of the patient. One of the best ways that this can be managed is through a technique called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. CBT has a tremendous amount of scientific literature that supports the efficacy of how it is beneficial. What we're looking at is how the patient's thoughts thoughts affect their behaviors and their actions and their feelings. Our thoughts can control our feelings and our behaviors. Those are all intertwined. What we're really doing is we're addressing those negative thoughts that an individual may have, such as, I'm always going to have this tinnitus. It's never going to get better. Because I woke up with my tinnitus today, it's not going to improve at all. The cognitive component of the tinnitus treatment can be so critical to be able to address these maladaptive thoughts, can also to help to promote what we talked about before in terms of the habituation. So the sound therapy, the one component, in conjunction with the cognitive component, the second component, is they make a really great team together to really help be an effective means of promoting the habituation. And then we have the third component, which is the mindfulness or the holistic component of tinnitus management. And what that really is doing is looking at the patient, the whole patient, and helping to restore balance as well as to promote acceptance and healing in that patient. Quite often, as we start to look at the whole patient, their mind and their body and their emotional well-being, we see that there can actually be so many more layers to our patient that needs to be addressed. I like to think of my tinnitus patients like an onion. Tinnitus is often the center of what the issue is for that patient, but there's so many layers that compound it that the tinnitus often can look much bigger than the issue it may actually be. And so if we peel back those layers of that onion, we can really try to identify what are these other components that need to be addressed. Is it health issues like high blood pressure that's not managed, diabetes that's not regulated? Maybe it's poor diet. Are you consuming some food or poor nutrition that could be exacerbating your symptoms? Peeling back that layer. Is it your lack of exercise? Perhaps being more physical is something that could promote overall well-being. That's another layer to it. Again, the emotional well-being, just so many different things, even sleep, that we need to be able to focus on and treat the whole patient. We want to promote relaxation, calming that autonomic nervous system, taking us out of that fight or flight response. Meditation, guided breathing, yoga, these are all great things. I also really like to use aromatherapy with my patients to promote this holistic approach to patients. If we enact one of our other senses, like our olfactory system, our brain is going to be focusing on what we're smelling, and it's not going to be able to focus as much as it was on the tinnitus. So with aromatherapy, I like to use things like simple lotions or oils that can simply be applied to the pulse point here. Sometimes I tell patients just to rest their hand on a table, and as they're doing their breathing exercises in through the nose and out through the mouth, they can be breathing. Another quick trick is using a shower steamer. So this is aromatherapy in the form of a little tablet that you can put in the shower. In addition to hearing the shower stream noise, which can be distracting, if you use a shower steamer, this will melt in the shower and it will produce an aromatherapy steam. So this can be a great way to de-stress and to relax and help distract from the tinnitus. When we take the holistic mindfulness component of treatment, we're also working to reduce the stress tinnitus loop. Stress to tinnitus can be a lot like fuel to a fire, where it can just continue to grow and aggravate it. So anything we can do to promote relaxation, stress management, and taking these triggers away from the patient can help to break that stress loop cycle. When we step back and look at the big picture again, we have the three components of treatment, which is the sound component to promote distraction, relief, and promote habituation. The cognitive component, that is to address the emotional needs of the tinnitus patient and also promote habituation. And the third is the mindfulness or holistic component, which is to help manage the overall well-being of the patient, find balance there, and also again promote acceptance and healing. If you are interested in learning about the newest tinnitus management techniques, please visit treblehealth.com to download our 2025 tinnitus guide.